Okay.
Alright, cool. And we should test like the phone number to exit, set that as well.
Where's the phone?
All right.
It's kind of cold.
Okay, I'd be good with that. Yeah, exactly. We just need to make the tables and then I need to configure the rules and that should be it. So yeah, we should plan to do that tomorrow or early next week. Yeah, we have to get it all there anyway. We have to get it there. So we might as well do this. Okay. Okay, cool. Thanks for the info. I'll let you know how the status goes. Let me know if you want to do stuff.
Check. Did you tell them that we're live?
Oh, no, I don't think I did.
That we can hear everything that he's saying.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
Just in case we're live. Where are you going? You can see the Sasquatch park. I just walked into the store because I was on my phone.
Put your phone down. We're almost starting. 4 minutes.
I know, I'm 4 minutes.
Added.
Yes, it is an addicting game. It's fun. I think you would like this game, actually. Sasquatch. Are they too emotionally damaging for you? This game's not annoying. There's no. They give you second tries if you get caught. Video game's too much pressure for you. How far did you get on the geometry games?
Level 6.
Really? That's farther than I got. I gave up at level 3. It got annoying. The triangles are just really upsetting.
The triangles. The little X's are the worst.
The X's? I didn't even get to X's.
Gives you X's. After the cars, you get X's.
I got cars, and then I was like, they're not that bad, but the triangles are still really annoying.
No, the X's are annoying. There's no way that they land that they don't move.
Really? That's kind of annoying. The triangles, though, like, you stack a triangle on something, there's nothing else you can put on that. I ran into a bush.
All right, we're gonna get started in a couple of minutes here. So grab blankets for the restorative at the end, maybe a pillow or anything else you need. We'll get started here in a second. It's sunny out, so maybe the dogs will stay outside.
I think Fluffy's still laying in my bed.
No, she's right there in the sun.
Oh, really? She was basking in the sun at the foot of my bed all
Let's
day.
everybody have a little fingers crossed that the dogs stay outside today.
And hopefully the mice. If Fluffy stays outside, she won't let any mice in, so that's good. Oh, I got into another head-on collision. Aren't you excited for me to start driving?
No. Maybe you'll be locked down for the foreseeable future. I won't have to worry about you trying to drive a car. Fingers crossed.
I predict it's going to go very badly.
If that's anything to predict, yes. You just go fast and you don't pay attention to anything.
I mean, in the game, yes, because I don't need to worry about hitting things. Guys,
Okay, put Sasquatch to sleep. It's time to get started.
I won't like spontaneously take a phone call in the middle of our class again.
Mm-hmm.
It's completely off. There's no way that's gonna happen.
All right, well, we're gonna get started on our backs today. However you're comfortable on your back, but I suggest bringing your feet down and your knees up and letting your knees kind of knock in towards each other, and just play with your feet, like bring them closer or further away. See where your legs are most comfortable. Just kind of settle in and try bringing your hands to your stomach wherever is comfortable. Just starting to land on the ground and really allow the ground to receive you. Let the ground be your support for a little while. Land in this moment. Land on the ground. Maybe give your head a little wiggle. Take out any kinks in your neck. And just start to feel your breath arriving in your stomach, arriving down, feeling your stomach move, rise and fall with your breath. Try not to alter it when you think about it. Just let your breath move nice and gentle the way that it normally does. So for today, we're going to try and let go of the concept of a perfect yoga pose. So the sutra, the ancient texts talk about the perfect yoga pose, or yoga being achieved when you find the balance of effort and ease. And the balance of effort and ease can be in your breath, in your mind, in your physical body, in your energy, and then so much so that it begins to radiate out into your life. The perfect yoga pose is not achieved when we can meld ourselves into the shape that we think we're supposed to be doing. Yoga is more about having a journey of self-discovery on the mat. Looking for that aha moment when something just clicks, and you just learn something or you feel something, there's a release. Or you just simply land entirely in the moment. Forget about yesterday, forget about tomorrow, and just be here on the mat. I'm going to offer a bunch of variations in the class, and it's important not to think of them as like one being more advanced than the other. Just thinking about, where are you today? How do you feel? How does your body feel? And just honoring where you're at. There's no need to push aside emotions and have some kind of false sense of happiness and joy. There's a lot of terms being thrown around right now, the new normal, or, a lot of things that are pushing aside the disruption that we have right now. Life is disrupted. And it may be, some people are doing Olympics, like this person has it worse than me and this other person has it better than me. It's just disruptive. Everybody's going through some level of disruption right now, and honor that. We don't need to push it aside. We don't need to push aside the fact that we feel sad about something that we may feel is trivial. I don't need to judge ourselves for feeling sad about something. We don't need to do that. So sit with yourself, feel how you are feeling in this moment. And maybe you feel a little happy. The sun's out today. Maybe you feel a little happy, a little joy about that. Maybe you are holding space for joy and sadness right now. There are no right or wrong answers. So let's get started. Starting to lengthen our breath. Feeling the exhale. And thinking about connecting with the fact that your breath is drawing in fresh and releasing out things no longer needed. We're going to try and connect with our breath as much as possible. So bring your chin all the way over to the right shoulder, starting to open up on the left side of the neck, just feeling where your tension is at. And then slowly bring your chin all the way over to the other shoulder. And then back to center. Bring your knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a little hug and you can rock it side to side. And then take your feet up in the air and just take some nice slow circles with your feet. Really slow, like you're trying to take your feet around the circle of a clock, like it's a ticking second hand. Nice and slow. And then reverse the circles.
Came out here like a missile. It's really hard, Pokey.
And then bring your knees bent, heels down about even with your knees. Press your hands onto your thighs. Start to feel your core fire up. Feel like you're pushing your hips down into the ground and your ribcage into the ground. You're gonna
Sounds like our fingers crossed.
All right, we're gonna take a big inhale, open, left arm long, left leg long, squeezing, and then bring it back. Open up, right arm long, right leg long, and then bring it back. Try to follow your breath. It's really hard for me to do that around the dogs. So we're gonna inhale long, exhale in, holding. So we're pushing our hips and our rib cage down into the ground. This should start to feel like a really strong core workout. This is fluffy jealous. Hey. Stop. Come on. Kaylee.
Come on, Bubby, work tree.
Okay, bring your knees in. Give yourself a little hug. Rock it. And then take your feet up towards the ceiling again. We're going to start to work the core a little more. So really pulling your stomach towards the spine, pushing your hips into the ground. Inhale as you slowly lower the right leg down. Exhale as you draw it back up. Inhale as you lower the left. Exhale as you draw it back up. Start to go with your own breath pace and try to keep this all in the core. If your lower back starts to do the work, don't lower your foot so low to the ground. And then bring the knees back in towards the chest and rock it, reset. We're going to bring the feet down, even with the hips. Make sure you rock it a little, get comfortable, have the nice natural curve of your neck. We're going to push into the feet. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, lower the hips. So rolling bridges. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, lowering. And you can stay with this nice and simple. Or if you'd like to start to challenge the hamstrings and the back of the legs, you're going to take the feet a little bit further away. Press the heels firmly into the ground, fire up the legs, lift the hips, and lower. The further you take your feet away from the glutes, the more you're going to work the back of your legs. And then no matter where you have your feet, bring your hips up, hold, and then feel like you're trying to pull your feet towards your glutes without letting them move. So fire up the back of the legs even more. Breathe. And lower the hips. Take the feet as wide as your mat. You can bring your hands back to your stomach. So just windshield wiper the knees side to side, nice and slow and soft. And then roll on over to a side and come on up to a seat, easy seat. You're a monster dog. So find your hips on the ground, settle in. We're going to take our chin. First, get your spine nice and tall, and then take your chin all the way down to the chest. Feel the tension in the back of the neck. All the way up to neutral, and then chin to ceiling without dropping the skull. Back to neutral. Turn the chin to the right. Other right, Kaylee. Turn the chin to the left. It doesn't matter. Turn it to a shoulder. And then take it down, and we're going to take it in a nice slow circle. So really, really slow, as if you're trying to feel every point of the circle. When you come to the back part of the circle, try not to drop the skull. Feel the back of the neck, the tension in the back of the neck, without just letting the skull sink into the back. And then reverse your circle, nice and slow. And then bring it on over to tabletop. So finding your version of this movement, we're moving forward is our inhale, hips backward is our exhale. Find whatever feels good in your own body right now, warming up this movement. Inhaling forward, exhaling backwards. And I want to sway the hips left or right. Stretching side body. Start to take a little exploration in your own body. Maybe you want to start to come all the way forward and add a little baby push-up, warming up the chest. And you can stay with this. So we're going to move into a little bigger movement. So our back exhale is going to be down dog shape. And our inhale is coming forward, high plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, high plank. And then start to take some freedom in this movement. Squeezing your core, maybe taking this into a wave-like motion in your spine. You can bend your knees. Or maybe you're just still doing the tabletop child. No. And then everybody meet in child's pose, sinking the hips down, bringing the head down towards the ground. And bring it back to tabletop. And we're gonna move through some core and shoulder strengthening. So we're gonna pull our core nice and strong and active. We're gonna take left hand, right leg, lift, and then switch. Right hand, left leg. So start to move with the breath. Inhale, exhale, lift. Sorry, inhale, lengthen, exhale, center. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, center. Try to make this movement as strong as you can in the core. And then bring it on down. Tuck the toes, bring the knees to a hover. Lift and hold. And then send the hips up for down dog. Take your hands a little bit wider than a regular down dog. Squeezing the core. We're going to work the shoulders here. Little bend in the knees. Keeping the hips and the legs stable. We're going to take it into a wide push-up. So taking your head down. It doesn't matter how far. Just using the shoulders and the arms. Little tiny movements. Slower is harder. So the slower and more controlled you move, the more you're working the muscles. And then bring it back into a regular down dog. Take the right leg long, reach long, three-legged dog. And then take a big circle with the right leg, opening up the hip. You might need to bend the knee if you have small space like we do. And then bring that right leg towards the right hand, low lunge. We're going to move in low lunge. So our inhale is a low lunge. Our exhale sends this front leg back towards straight. Inhaling forward and exhaling towards straight. Connecting with the muscles in your legs. Trying to get that connection of pressing down into the ground on all of your foot and then pulling up from the ground from the arch of your foot. Activating the muscles. And then land in low lunge, lift the chest, get really strong, long in the spine. Bend in the back leg, come all the way up, high lunge. We're gonna move and breathe here. So we're gonna take this back knee towards the ground. Bring the arms out, shoulder width. We're gonna lower and then lift. Inhale as you lift, exhale as you lower. Bring it back to regular high lunge. Pause and hold. We're going to bring our arms out, shoulder width. We're going to bring our upper body over the front leg and then start to lift the back. And then bring it down. Lifting the back, lift the arms, get longer, and bring it down. So start to move that same movement, lifting longer, and bring it down, following your breath. Inhale long, and exhale down. It doesn't matter how high you lift the toe, just working the legs. And then lift it up and hold. You can bring your hands to any variation, hands to prayer, hands fly behind, or hands long, you can even clasp. Bend that back leg. We're gonna bend the front. Take a little slow squat towards the ground. Hold. And then deep inhales, you bring that knee all the way up. Your right butt should be burning. Hold. Take your left hand to your left thigh. Push your left thigh into your left hand. You can counterbalance with the right. And then bring it down. Step it out. Tap that right foot out. Inhale, open up. Exhale, clasp your prayer overhead and bring it down to your heart. Let's take a couple of rounds, connecting again with your breath.
This is scary.
What? I didn't want to come in through the.
You don't want more noise.
You're
Right?
okay.
Just come
I'm gonna leave through the door then.
Inhale up. And exhale down. This time, sink it down to chair. So find your variation of chair. Finding your feet on the ground, lifting up from the arches, stomach engaged.
Sorry, guys.
House is chaotic.
We're going to move and breathe here. So just find the point where your legs are engaged and you're not overtaxing yourselves. We're going to find that same movement with our arms, thinking about bringing in fresh, and exhale, releasing things we no longer need. So inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, hollow out the belly, going down. Inhale, lift. Exhale. And then bring it back all the way up. And hands down to prayer, heart center. Find your center. Now we're going to go back the way we came. So bring the weight onto the right leg. Bring the left leg forward. Nice and strong and active. I'm going to send the right left leg past the right knee. Slow, warrior 3. Lower to high lunge. Find your high lunge. And this time we're going to move and breathe, opening the chest. So bringing our arms up. Inhale up. Exhale, draw the chest open. Inhale up. Exhale, draw the chest open. Thinking about open heart, open shoulders. And then bring it down, open heart, and pause and hold. So if you're feeling this in the lower back, bend that back leg a little more. Hold open. Hold the elbows behind you. Bring it back to center prayer. And then frame out the front foot. Send the right foot back to meet the left. High plank, breathe and hold. You can lower the knees. And then either lowering the knees or keeping them up. We're coming to forearm plank. So bring the forearms down. Feel like you're connecting with the ground, trying to pull the arms away from each other. Get really strong in the shoulders and the core. Breathe. Lower the knees, send the hips back, find a child's. Come back to tabletop, and we're coming over to side plank, and there's lots of options. So you can bring your right hand and right knee in line, then bring your left leg in line. Slowly draw your hips so they're all in one line. Really focusing on not dropping into this right shoulder, but pulling up strong on that underside. So strong on the right side body, strong on the left side body, pulling the core towards the spine. And then you can bring up this top leg. Or if you want to add a little bit more challenge, you're going to land on that left leg and take the right leg to meet it. Full side plank. Bring the right knee down. If you lifted it, bring the left hand underneath the right. Tabletop. And then send the hips up and back, down dog. Catch your breath. Connect with your head below your heart. With the left leg long, reach it really long. Stretch from the fingertips to the toes. And take big circles with the left leg. Bend the knee if you have no space. And then bring the left foot behind the left wrist, setting up for low lunge. Inhaling forward in low lunge, exhaling, sending that left leg towards straight. Inhaling forward, exhaling. And then finding a nice long low lunge. Open in the chest, strong in the core. Both legs strong and active. Bend the back leg. Inhale, rise up. High lunge. And then we're going to move and breathe here. So hands shoulder height. And we're going to lower the right knee towards the ground. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Connecting with that, breathing in fresh. And sweeping away things we no longer need. Bring it back to high. Hands to prayer. Pause. And we're going to bring our hands up, shoulder height again. Bring the weight onto the left leg, upper body forward. Inhale is lift, and exhale is lower.
They only make noise when you're trying to do a video.
What?
They only make noise when you're trying to do a video.
It's sunny out. I'm sure everybody's outside. And then bring it up to warrior three and hold. Hands can be in any variation. Bend the back leg, bend the front leg, hold, challenge. And then big inhale as you bring the right leg up to stand. Right hand to right side, push the hand into the thigh, thigh into the hand, open up. Bring it on down. Tap it out.
It's like hot yoga in here.
It is.
It's hot yoga today.
Are we cutting off our head?
No.
Take the feet about hip width apart. Land on your feet. Find a really stable base. Bend into the knees. We're going to sink down to a little half chair. Get really strong in the legs. And strong in the core. Find your center of gravity. And then come onto the balls of the feet nice and slow. And lower the heels. Bring the toes to touch, heels slightly apart, and then squeeze the knees, come up onto the balls of the feet. See how that changes just a little? And don't look at somebody who's moving.
I looked at your feet and then it threw me off.
And then take your feet mat width apart. Squeeze the legs. See if you can come up on the balls of the feet. Hands can come out to balance. Squeeze the core. Lower the heels. Take the feet mat width apart. Feel like you're trying to rip the mat apart. Fire up the legs. We're going to come on down, about hips and shoulders in line. Nice bend in the knees if you need it. Try to get long in the spine. We're going to take really tiny movements. So send your hips all the way over towards the right, opening up inside thigh, all the way over to the left. Nice and slow. So you can stay with this movement being really small. Or you can start to make your torso a little heavier by taking your arms out. You can start to take small twisting movements, taking opposite hand to opposite foot. Nice and slow and controlled, active legs. Back to center, bend in the knees. Take a big inhale. Come on up. Connect your prayer and bring it down to your foot. And then tap your feet in. Land in your mountain pose. Find the soles of your feet. Draw up from the arches of your feet. Soften around your ankles and knees and hips. Taller in the spine, maybe even close your eyes and find your breath. Bring the weight onto the left leg and the right leg up. Nice and strong and active. Send it past the left. Warrior 3, pause. And then lower, high lunge. Find your curve. And then opening up the chest. So lifting, lengthening. Inhale, exhale, open the chest. And bring it down. Hold the chest open. Can you bring a soft smile to your face?
Giant bird.
And bring your hands back to prayer. Frame out the front foot. Send left foot to meet right. High plank. And lower the knees.
Don't do it.
And then we're coming over to side plank on the other side. So this time, left hand down, left knee down. Really strong on this underside. Don't just buckle. Line up first. You can lift the right hand. You can lift the right leg. Squeezing the core. Or if you want to come to full side plank, you're going to land that right leg. Send the left leg to meet it. Squeeze and hold. Lower the left knee if it's lifted. Lower the right knee. Bring the right hand down, tabletop. Lower to the forearms. So we're going to stay here, forearms down. Active arms, active shoulders. Feel like you're trying to pull the arms apart. And then we're going to send the hips backwards and the armpits down towards the ground. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Nice and strong and active. And you can stay with this, or if you would like, you're gonna tuck the toes, lift the knees. Try not to send the legs too straight. Try to lift up in the core and the chest more than sending the hips up high. And you can stay here. You can meet us in child's pose, or if you would like, and you can do this without buckling, you're gonna move your nose a little bit forward and a little bit back. Little tiny bit forward and a little bit back. Engage the core. See if you can make this feel like a wave from the tailbone to the nose. And then lower the knees and meet us in child's pose. You can take your child's pose active with the hands gripping the ground, or you can loosen and soften and surrender into it. And through your tabletop and lower the stomach all the way down to the ground. Finding your way to crocodile. One hand on top of the other, forehead down. Shimmy the hips, loosen the hips and really loosen them. Let the lower back truly soften and release. Explore the shoulders and the neck. Look for any tension that you're holding on to. Take the left hand out long from the shoulder. And you can leave the right hand under the head. We're going to lift the left hand, squeeze the core, press the hips down into the ground, and lift the right leg. Feel like somebody pulled your fingertips, made you a little longer, pulled your toes, made you a little longer. See if you can feel a connection from the fingertips to the toes. And then bring that down. Bring the right hand long. And then left leg lifts long. Feel like somebody made you longer. They're pulling you longer. And then bring that down. Engage in the core. So if you're pulling your belly button closer to your rib cage, pressing your hips down into the ground, lift up your legs. Don't worry about how long they lift, just starting to engage the glutes and the back of the legs. So lift and hold. And then start to bring the hands towards the side and lift the shoulders. Imagine somebody pulled your skull and made your spine a little longer. Try not to arch, get long and strong. And if you like, you can bring your hands up. Elbows high, drawing the shoulder blades towards each other. Squeeze and hold. And then bring the forearms down underneath. Tuck the toes. That same squeeze, lift up from the tailbone. Go straight to forearm plank. Breathe and hold. Lower the hips. Reset quickly. And then bring it up. Shoulders lift, feet lift. Entire back line engaged. Forearms down, tuck the toes. Pull like somebody's pulling your tailbone all the way up to forearm plank. Lower the hips. And tuck the toes, reset, and then come on up. Back line engaged. Forearms down one more time. Tuck the toes, pull the stomach towards the spine. Engage the core, engage the shoulders. And then option to lower the knees. You can go straight to child's, or if you'd like to move into dolphin, you're going to keep the arms active, pulling the shoulders apart. You're going to send the hips up and tiptoe the toes in a little bit at a time. Nice strong shoulders. Try to take the tension out of the neck. And then lower the knees, child's pose. Reset. Catch your breath. Catch your thoughts. Press into the hands, tuck the toes, down dog. Bend the knees, look towards the hand. Take 1,000 tiny steps and taking the feet up underneath the hips. Press your hands onto your thighs and get long from the crown of the head into the hips. Squeeze in the core. We're going to bend the knees, press into the heels, really firmly opening up the back of the legs, send the legs towards straight. A little bend, a little press, active back leg. Feel like your spine is getting longer with every press. Bend the knees deeply. Inhale as we bring our hands up overhead. Connect our breath. Bring it down to our heart. We take a big step wide. Opening up so you can see. So toes point out. Heels are in. Start to connect with your feet. Feel your base. So the wider your legs are, the more you're going to work the inner thighs. The closer together, the more you work the back of the legs. So choices. So squeezing the core. Legs are strong and active. So feel like you're trying to pull the mat apart with your feet so that the legs fire up without really moving. Now we're going to bend the right knee. Back to center. Bend the left knee. And then just start to slowly move left to right. And then that same movement that we did before. So you can stay here, just moving left to right. You can make your torso nice and heavy and bring your torso forward. Start to bring opposite hand to opposite foot. Inhale, center, exhale, over. Tuning in to see how many muscles you can feel. You feel a little more core. You feel a little more in the legs.
I think Dad thinks that Fluffy sleeps under his desk because she likes him, but she goes there because it's the darkest and coolest spot in the house.
And then bring it on up, center, reach up tall. Open up. Star pose. And super, bring it down to goddess. Sink it down. So core nice and strong and active, legs nice and strong and active. And bring our hands behind us. We're going to push right hand down, back to center. Push left hand down. Squeezing the core, making this right between the rib cage and the hips. And then bring it back to center, goddess pose. It's a choice to stay here in goddess pose. Keep it static. Or if you'd like a little challenge, you're going to slowly lift that right heel. Try not to move the hips too much, just the legs. Lower the right heel. Slowly lift the left. Lower the left heel this time, maybe lift both. Squeeze the legs nice and strong. Lower the heels, straighten the legs. Inhale, scoop in fresh. Exhale, bring it down to your heart. And pause. Turn your toes so that the right leg is bent, left leg long, coming into a warrior two. In warrior two, we're going to work our shoulders. So roll your hands slowly in one direction, slowly in the other, nice and slow. Hold. Bring your right hand to your left shoulder, left hand to right shoulder, legs nice and strong. We're going to take our chin down, holding down just a little. Bring your elbows down, squeeze the core. And then lift the shoulders and lift the elbows up. Bring back to center, arms out long. We're going to inhale, lift, reverse warrior. Exhale, back, and then a little bit over, reach. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Little bit over. Push as if you're pushing the right wall away from you. Squeeze the core. Back to warrior two. Bring the hands to the hips. Slowly turn the right foot in, left foot out. Warrior two on the other side. So set up, find your base. Open up. Roll the shoulders nice and slow. And then bring left hand to right shoulder, right hand to left. Bring the chin down, take a little hollow out, a little scoop. Bring it down. And then all the way up, lift the shoulders, lift the elbows. Back to center, unwind. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, bring it back and a little push. Inhale, back, little push. Back to warrior two. Bring your hands to your hips, turn your feet so they're both about parallel, a little bit toes out. Set up in your base. Sit down just a little, just until your legs are active. Hands to prayer. And then bring your prayer reverse, upside down. You're bringing the wrist creases together, opposite way. And then interlace the fingers and then pull apart. So now you're going to try and feel the muscles in the upper chest, shoulders. Make some movements. Bring your hands to your hips. Take your legs back to straight. And you can tap it out, wiggle it out. Take an inhale up, scoop it in. Exhale down to your heart. And then come on back to the top of your mat. And this time we're going to inhale up and swan dive it down. Bent knees, grab the ground. Step it back, high plank. Take your version of high plank. You can take forearm plank. You can take knees down. Find a little challenge. Last little challenge. Find even steady breath. Effort and ease. And then lower the knees and bring the upper body up. And we're going to take a seat. Take an easy seat, whatever that is for you. If you have a cushion, grab a cushion. I've been sitting too much in a desk chair, so I need the cushion. So coming to an easy seat, hips even on the ground. It's so hot in here, I can't talk. Get really, really, really tall. Bring the chin all the way down to the chest. See if the tension is any different than when we started. Bring the chin back to neutral. Chin back to the ceiling. And back to neutral. Thinking about the sternum. You're going to have the hands kind of on your legs. Pull the sternum backwards and then open up. So we're really thinking about this upper chest area. Back and then up. Finding a little motion, a little movement. Open. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze. You're starting to feel a little roll in the shoulders. Finding a little fluidity, a little freedom in movement. And then we're going to take from the rib cage up in a little slow, soft circle. Reverse or circle. Bring it back to neutral. And take your arms up overhead. Inhale up. Exhale, just tilt a little over. Inhale, center. Exhale, tilt. So really thinking about lengthening one side rather than squeezing over. Inhale. Oops, sorry. Exhale. Little rainbows. I don't think you can see it on the screen. You just can't wear black in our family. And bring it back to center. Bring the shoulders and roll them nice and slow up to the ears and then all the way back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and then down. Squeeze them together and then all the way up. Squeeze behind. Squeeze down. Squeeze them down. One more time, all the way up to the ears. Squeeze them behind. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Pull them down. Hands out. And turn them up. Pull them back. So in doing this, then take the hands towards each other. Try to make this movement from the wrist down, not in the forearms. And then back. Opening up the wrists. Taking out the little clicks.
Dolphin plays, he says.
Too many video games next to me. If you joined us as we were waiting, it was playing video games. And then take some big, slow circles. And reverse them.
Circle the other way.
And then take your fingertips, point them towards you, and just open up the back of the wrist. We're going to bring it on down to our backs. So ending the way we started. Feet down on the ground, knees up. You can take the feet a little bit wider, a little bit further away from the hips, however you feel most comfortable. Take all the wiggles and adjustments that you need. Maybe roll the head a little on the ground. And bring the hands back to the stomach. Checking in with your breath. And checking in with what feels different. Then bring the feet about hip width apart. Take the right foot up. Cross it just underneath the left knee. Press the right knee away from you, opening up the hip. Flex the foot and draw the right toes towards the shin. Draw the left toes towards the shin and push the left heel into the ground and feel like you're pulling it towards you. Really fire up that left leg also. Draw the stomach towards the ground. Press the hips into the ground. Press the rib cage into the ground. Just because Kayla complained. And then unravel. Take the right foot down to the ground. Take the left foot up. Cross it over just underneath the right knee. Press the left knee away from you. Active left foot. Active right foot. Active right leg. Push the hips into the ground. Rib cage into the ground. Breathe. I think that one breathe.
Laughing makes it harder.
Then lower the left knee. Take the feet about mat width apart, hands on the stomach. Slowly windshield wiper the legs left and right. Take the feet all the way over to the left side. Lift the arms up overhead. And maybe you already feel an opening on the right side, or you tilt the shoulders a little bit over to the left, opening up the left side body. You can take the feet long, the legs long, or you can keep them bent. Just opening up that right side rib cage. Bring it back to center. And then take the feet over to the right. Maybe the shoulders a little over to the right. And then bring it back to center. Move the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a little hug. And again, checking in. Seeing what feels different. And then setting up for your final resting pose. Maybe bringing a cushion in underneath the knees. Maybe the blanket pokey. Grab a blanket if you need it. And take any adjustments that you need so that we can settle in for meditation. Now it's coming and going. All right. So what can you let go of? Do a little body scan. See if you can find some more tension that you can release. You soften your feet a little more, your ankles. You soften a little more around your knees. Around your hips, your neck, your face. Can you soften your tongue, the roof of your mouth, around your eyes? And then can you soften control of your breath? And then as if we can gently fall back from our eyesight, land right in the center of our brain. What is present here? Can you greet yourself with a little curiosity, a little kindness, without judgment? Noticing what thoughts are present. Noticing what seems to be swirling around. And taking a little moment, a little time to let the concept sink in that you are more than just your thoughts. We are part of a complex system, a physical body, a mind, spiritual center. We have emotions, we have energy, and they're all just parts of a whole system. And it is our cognitive mind's job to run about, fire off 1,000 thoughts. So see the thoughts. And then allow yourself to drop a little lower. As if leaving the thoughts and traveling down towards the heart space. Knowing that it's the mind's job to distract and fire. And just notice that it's a thought that's distracted you, and then journey back down towards the heart space. Getting quieter and quieter. Perhaps becoming so quiet that you can find the sound of your own heartbeat. Or resting in your heart space. Allow your heart to speak to you. What is it that you need a little more of today? And then we're going to form a little positive sentence, a little intention with whatever that is that came to mind. For example, if I wish to work with a little more self-worth, I would say to myself, I am worthy. Or I need a little more love, I would say to myself, I am loved. Maybe I need a little more strength. I am strong. Maybe I need a little more patience with myself. I am patient. So find your sentence and imagine saying it to yourself right now as you would to a dear friend. Say it with love and kindness and conviction as if you already believe it true. And if you're very visual, think of the green bubble radiating from your heart space, filled with love. And allowing this little intention to wash over you, as if you're whispering it to every single cell in your body, one by one. And then focusing in on our heart space. Imagining that we could melt all the layers of our heart wall, all the little hurts, all the little times that we've built up our wall and buried ourselves inside. Not forever, just for this moment. Radiate out and open. I'm going to repeat an ancient mantra, my favorite translation. And just allow the words to wash over you. Om Namah Shivaya. With great respect and love, I honor my own heart. Om Namah Shivaya. With great respect and love, I honor my own heart. Om Namah Shivaya. With great respect and love, I honor my own heart. And then bring the hands together and make them really, really warm. And bring them one at a time over the heart space, doesn't matter which is on top. And just feel the warmth of your hands as if they could seal in a little self-love, a little patience, a little acceptance, a little strength right into your own heart space. And throughout the day and the rest of your weekend, may you be free to feel how you feel without judgment. Make your way over to a fetal position, whichever side is calling to you. Curl up in a little ball. So really curling up in a ball. Feeling just for a few more moments. This feeling of being grounded. Maybe even wrapped in a bubble with protection. We don't have to know all the answers. We don't have to know what is coming next. And it's okay to be sad about what has happened or what is happening. What we can do is find moments to ground ourselves and remind ourselves to be present in this moment, knowing that we cannot change the past, and that worrying about the future does not make it easier. Try to remain grounded in each moment. Bring your hands to prayer with heart space and come on up to a seated position. Or the other way around. Come to a seated position and bring your hands to prayer with heart space. So connect with this. Bringing your hands left and right sides to meet in front of our hearts. Bow to our own hearts. Honor that little piece of bliss within ourselves, our own inner guru. Send ourselves a little love, peace, and acceptance. And then send it out to each other. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Fucking low. Can't see all her little wrinkles.
She's so cute. Thanks, guys.
Sorry, the dogs were